I'm Tracy Foreman with Aging Partners. We're here today to stretch for energy. Hard to believe that stretching actually gives us energy, but it does. And it's one of the things that you should start with every single morning. Before you even get out of bed, just start with some simple stretches, long reverse stretches or opposing stretches of the arm and the leg opposite sides. So you can do that from bed. Just start with those long stretches, and you want to hold a stretch at least 5 seconds if you can do that. Up to 30 seconds is always a good idea. So you can do your knees up and then just do knee rocks on the bed, arms out at the sides, reaching over and across. So today we're going to do some seated ones, but think about all the different stretches you can do before you even get out of bed. Remember, when you first put your feet down on the ground, just kind of get your balance a little bit. We jump out of bed and run off to do the next thing, but take just a minute or two to get your bearings. Put one foot down. If you don't have one of those really high beds, put one heel down and just stretch forward. So let's do this from our chair. Nice solid chair, not a rolling chair, not the recliner or the couch. So you want to keep your foot down and toe up, and then come right over that toe. Feel that stretch up the back of the leg there. And then come back up. Let's go ahead and stretch out on the other side. Remember, your body is one of the best resistance tools that you have. So let's stretch out now over the other foot. Toe points up at the ceiling. That's going to make a difference in the way the stretch moves up the back of your leg. Point that toe up and bring it down. We'll do a couple of standing stretches a little bit later so you can see some great things that you can do with your back here. Let's place our hands on our knees and pull against those knees, pushing your chest forward. So kind of sinking your back forward and dropping your head back. Take a big breath right here. Always incorporate the breath with your stretches. And then on the exhale, we'll push down on the tops of our knees and push back. Pushing down on the knees, rounding our back. And now grab the fronts of your knees and pull forward again. Sinking into your back, dropping your head back. And now drop your head forward, push down on your knees and round back. In yoga, that would be called a seated cat-cow. So that's what we just did there. Let's roll those shoulders back. Our shoulders get tight, and it's important to keep them nice and flexible. So this is one you can do at your desk or at the kitchen table. Wherever you're at, just roll those shoulders. You can even do this in the car. Just roll those shoulders. And let's reverse our direction. Roll, kind of a swim stroke here. Roll them forward. That feels good. After you've been working in the yard or working at your computer all day, just some good stretches you can do. Let's do one chin to chest. This is a nice neck stretch. Bring your chin down. Hold it. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And now bring your head up. Let's look over one shoulder. And then come back around, we'll look over the other shoulder. Bring it back to center, and last time we'll drop down. And raise that head back up. There, feels good. Let's stretch now into our shoulders. We're going to kind of work down now from the top. So stretching into those shoulders, just reaching out there as far as you can with those arms. Let's inhale right here. And on the inhale, let's push to the side. And then bring it back with an inhale. We'll exhale now to the other side. Inhale back. Exhale to the side, push. Inhale back. and exhale again. Now let's work a little bit more into those shoulders. We're going to drop down and then bring them up and turn them back. Bring those shoulders up and turn the palms up. Just keep rotating and changing the direction that the palms are moving here. Up and then back. And let's do it a little bit smaller here. So keeping your arms out, you might be feeling this in your shoulders now. We're just going to go down and up. So a little bit of a rotation into the shoulder. Now let's start to lower our arms down as you keep this rotation going, taking a little pressure off the shoulders. Rotate and rotate. Let's bring one arm across and just grab the outside of the opposite arm and look over our shoulder. Stretching into the shoulder, stretching into your neck, and release. Bring that hand down. Let's do it on the other side. Grab the arm and pull yourself, looking over the shoulder. Bring it back to center. Let's do just a little bit of hinging from the elbow here. We're going to drop that hand down and out. Turn your head as you drop the hand down and turn it as you pull it up and out. A little bit of a rotation into the shoulder as you pull that hand back and down, up and down. Let's lower that one down and take it to the other side. Drop it down. Head turns the direction that the lower arm is moving. Drop it down and up, down and up, and down and up. Let's move now down to our hands. We'll start just by closing our hands and opening, closing and opening. We're moving into the symmetrical joints here. That means those finger joints, and that's typically where arthritis settles, is in our hands, and that is the most hereditary form of arthritis. Osteoarthritis often settles in our hands. And other joints like our knees, spine, shoulders, hips. Opening and closing. Now let's turn our palms up and open and close those hands here. And now let's turn our hands over and drop and bring them back. If you have arthritis in your hands, you might really be feeling this one. But we want to keep those joints lubricated, and so just opening and closing our hands can help. Now, palms facing one another, let's pull out and bring them in. Out and in. Can you feel that in your wrists? Out and in. Out and in. Let's do wrist circles now. This is where you might hear a little bit of popping. So air escapes from those wrist joints. Lots of little tiny bones in your wrists and in your hands. If you've ever broken your wrist, you know that it's not a hard thing to do, especially if you fall on the ice. Lots of bones in there. So we're going the other direction now. And then I call this our parade wave here. So bring your hands up and we're just going to rotate and rotate. You can imagine you're riding on a float here and just looking around and doing your wave. Some people have told me though that this one really bothers them, so they don't have the range of motion with their wrists maybe that they used to. And let's go ahead and lower that down. How's that feel? Very good. Let's reach to the outside of the opposite knee and we're going to press on the outside of that knee and move into a spinal twist here. Our spine does a lot of work for us, and so If you're not sleeping well at night or you have back pain, that can really affect how you function during the day. And let's go to the other side. Remember, when you're doing this spinal twist, keep breathing. You want to keep your breath moving through your body when we're going through the stretches. And then come back to center. Now we'll place our hands on the inside of our knees, and we're going to come forward now as we press our knees away. Come forward and lean into it. Feel that nice stretch as you lengthen your spine, reaching your head out there. And then we're going to bring our hands to the outside of our knees, push in and round into our upper back and shoulders. Drop your head. Inside of the knee, press away, stretch it out forward. Outside of the knees, round back, stretch. Come up to neutral position. Let's imagine now that we're going to pull our abdominal muscles back. Our stomach is going to reach back and touch our spine, if you can imagine that. So we're going to inhale and pull those stomach muscles back. Inhale, pull back, and then exhale, just slowly release those muscles. Inhale, belly button coming back to the spine. And exhale. Now remember, I said we're using our imagination. We're pulling our belly button back to our spine on the inhale. And then on the exhale. Now keeping your hands on your knees, let's just do a little drop here. So we're moving into our side muscles, those muscles that really flank our abdominal cavity here on either side. Bring that elbow up. Let's bring it down on the other side. Feel that stretch across the back and into your core, your lower abdominal area. Let's bring that up. Now let's do a little stretching into our backs here. Bringing your arms between your knees, just pull forward, nice and slow. Bringing your hands down to the floor, and just let those arms kind of dangle here as you drop your head. And now coming up, we'll do this one vertebrae at a time. Just imagine you're stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other. Come up very, very slowly. And then let's expel. We'll take a big breath here. But we'll expel that breath as we come forward down toward the floor. Feel that air releasing as you come forward. And now inhale back up. Slowly. We're going to inhale though and bring it all the way up into the shoulders as we pull those shoulders back. Nice job. Let's go into a little bit of rocking here. We'll push down with one foot into the floor and lift our cheek up off of the chair here. So we'll rock side to side and lift. Now let's bring our shoulder forward as we do that. So we deepen the stretch into our side muscles. Side to side. Side to side. This one feels good across the back. But we're also working on hip flexibility, and then we'll do some work into the pelvic region. We'll push across one more time. Now let's do what's called a pelvic tilt. To do that, it's pretty simple. We're just going to rock back, engage those abdominals, but rock back. You're tilting that pelvic region back. And then we're going to tilt forward. Rock back. One of the hazards of getting older often is that we're no longer able to lift our feet as high as we used to. And so working on hip flexibility and pelvic mobility can really help with the lift of that leg and keep us from shuffling as we get a little bit older here. So that was our pelvic tilt. Now we're going to do a rock back as we raise one leg up and stretch out. Bend back down and down. You notice I'm not doing anything really fast here, all nice and slow. It's always good to stretch out those long bones and long muscles very slowly and then lower it down. Rock back, lift that knee, stretch it out, back and down. Rock back, stretch it out, back and down. Very good. Now I'll have you come out on your chair here. Let's lift that leg up. Pull it up, working into the ball and socket joint of the hip. Now you can feel that in your hip out here. We're going to lift that lower leg up and push it up toward the ceiling a little bit. These are things you can do from bed. We talked about that in the beginning. Lower it down. You can do it from your office chair too. So lifting that other leg up, stretch it out, lower it down and down. Now this time when you lift that leg up again, I'm going to have you rotate just the bottom part of your leg. Now we have a tendency to go into our ankle here, but I'm going to have you rotate the entire lower part of the leg. This is working into the ball and socket joint of the hip. And go the other way. Again, hip flexibility is important. Let's lower that down. We'll do it on the other side. Lift up again. Remember the whole lower part of the leg, not just our ankle. We'll get there in a little bit. And then go the other way. Let's lower that down. Now we'll do a heel-toe tap here. Heel and toe, heel and toe. Moving your leg out straight as you tap your heel down and then bringing it back just a little as you do your toe. You're going to engage that calf muscle here and then stretch into the knee, the hamstring as you reach out. Heel and toe. Let's set that foot down, do it on the other side. Heel and toe, heel and toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. One more, heel and toe. Now let's place our feet flat right beside each other and we're going to work into our ankles a little bit more. We'll do something, we used to call this one Charlie Chaplin and Pee Wee Herman. So out with the Charlie Chaplin and toes in with the Pee Wee Herman. Out and in, or you can call it windshield wipers too, whatever you want to call it. Out and in, but we're working inner thighs and into our ankles and into our feet a little bit more here. Out, in, out, and in. Now I want to have you stand up. We'll do just a couple of back stretches and then we'll end with some more seated stretches. So let's bring our heels back under our knees, hands either on your knees or crossing at your chest. Nose over toes as we power up through our legs and come to a standing position. Remember I said we were going to do a couple of back stretches. So what I want to do is called a reverse stretch here. And the first thing we're going to do is bring our feet hip distance apart. We'll come forward at the waist and our fingers begin the reach toward our toes. If you have balance issues, if you have a heart condition and bringing your head lower than the heart is too difficult, then just come to whatever your stopping point needs to be. Now, if you can round down, you can always hang on to the chair too while you do this, but rounding down towards your feet and then just holding, letting your arms hang there for a little bit. And then we're going to start the journey back up here, nice and slow, feeling your back muscles working as you come up Round those shoulders back, splay your fingers and place them at your hips back here, and then soften your knees. We're going to push back a little ways. Don't go back too far, but push back so you can feel into the lumbar region, your back stretching a little bit and those muscles engaging. I had someone tell me it felt like their discs were compressing back there. Now remember, if something causes you pain or discomfort, don't keep doing it. So we used to say stuff like, you know, no pain, no gain, but we don't say that anymore. So come forward again, nice and slow, stretch forward. Let your arms dangle here. You can slow these down. I never suggest that people speed up a stretch. It's always better to slow them down if you can. Hold every stretch for at least 5 seconds and up to 30 seconds. One more reverse here. Splaying your fingers on your hips and pushing back. Nice feeling stretch on the back. All right, then lower those shoulders down. Now we're just going to do a couple of soft knee rolls here. So let's just roll and roll. This is like that swim stroke, but a little bit deeper into our shoulders and into our back muscles and side muscles. Just a nice, easy roll forward with your arms. And then let's take it back, back and look over, back and look over. So make sure you have a nice solid stance. Your feet are flat and you feel like you've got a solid base here. Back. Okay, now let's shake everything out. After you do a nice stretching session, make sure that you just shake everything out to kind of get your nerve endings stimulated and to get everything moving, your circulatory system and your digestive system, everything moving. Let's go ahead and just do some final stretches if we can from our chair. We'll do a stretch up overhead and then pushing the other arm down toward the floor. Inhale as we reach here and push away, looking at the hand that's reaching. Nice long inhale, and then we'll do a long exhale the other side. If you need to breathe in between, do that too. Inhale up, stretch. Exhale down, stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Bring it down. Now, one of the things we forget to do is stretch our face. And so facial muscles, we know, are very, very important because they control our eye movements and our mouth and our chin and our chewing and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and just start with an easy smile. Just smile. And now I want you to make the smile big and goofy. So we're really going to stretch into those neck muscles. Make it big. Someone told me it's even scary looking. Might be. I can't see you, so just make it big. Great big. And if you're doing this with someone, turn and look at that person with your big goofy smile. And now I want you to smile with your lips over your teeth. So cover your teeth with your lips and then try to smile. Imagine you have your teeth out and you're smiling, stretching into those neck muscles. Now I want you to take that smile into a frown, pull it down. Feel the neck muscles working. Now here, this one's a fun one. Remember when we used to blow out our cheeks like this? And I want you to push the air out of your cheeks by poking them. Okay, ready? So blow out. Okay, let's do that again. Blow it out. Now, can you make your mouth go like a fish? Suck your cheeks in. This is a hard one for me. And make your lips, stretching those neck muscles, stretching across the jaw, moving into your cheeks. Suck it in one more time. There's your fish move, okay? Now open your eyes really wide. Open them wide. And then I want you to close them as tight as you can. Squeeze your whole face. Squeeze everything. Close your mouth tight. Now I want you to open your eyes and look surprised. Stretching up into those eyebrows and into the temples here. Now open your mouth really wide. There we go. Open wide. Feeling the stretch across the jaw. And now close your mouth tight and drop your head down. Open it up. Let's take a big lion's breath here. Inhale and bring your claws up. And on the exhale, tongue comes out and we come forward and make a noise. Stick your tongue out. Inhale. Again forward, release that breath. Now come up on the inhale, wipe your chin off if you need to do that. And now let's do just a casual smile, okay? Bring that mouth, lips closed, smile, and then frown. I want you to bring your eyes down. Smile again and relax your eyes. Now let's stick our tongue out. I'm giving you permission. You can stick your tongue out at me. Stick it way out there. Pull it back in. This time when you stick your tongue out, I want you to really lean forward. And pull it back. Wipe your chin again if you need to do that. Okay, now let's drop our chin down to our chest and bring one ear over to the opposite shoulder, or to the same shoulder, I should say. And so stretching on the opposite side of the neck, and we're going to do a half circle drop, chin to chest, roll it around. Half circle drop, chin to chest, roll it around. That feels good. Roll it around and bring it up. Let's take one last breath. Inhale. Touch those fingers. And exhale down. Well, you got some serious stretching in today, and hopefully you feel a little more energized and ready to face your day. Thanks for joining me. If you'd like more information on these programs or other programs that Aging Partners offers in the community, please call 402-441-7575.